We're back. Another day of life and blessings.
We are back.
Oh
What'd
my
it do?
God! Here
What'd
you
it
go.
do?
You're good. You're good.
Are we good now?
Yeah. You could.
And we live, baby. All right.
My bad, man. I fucked that up.
Remind me of what we were talking about last night.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here we are. 3D camera.
Yep.
Technology at its finest.
Oh yeah.
Evolving by the day.
Mm-hmm.
A crazy amount. Sometimes where we can't even keep up with the shit. So, yeah.
This that roller coaster that I'm on right now.
I like to start things out slow.
Hey,
you know,
man,
that's why it's called a roller coaster. You know, you can't if you just go up to the fucking top, it's no fun. You got to enjoy the ride up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So we were talking last night about your VR and video analytics, and then we got into obviously one of Gabe's finer points of talking, social media, and the importance of it. Honestly, unfortunately, there's pros and cons to it. So what are you guys obviously pros and cons of social media?
Pro, you can reach out to a lot more people than you would via like you have flyers up where you go and talk to people or go knocking door to door. Con, it could ruin you depending on what content you come out with.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah.
Hell, you got OnlyFans yet?
OnlyFans.
I need to make one. That'd be
Sending butthole pics.
No, I don't have a strip on camera.
No,
is that what an OnlyFans is? Because that's what I think it is.
Yeah, it's basically like a platform where you can get paid for nudies.
Oh, no, I haven't made one yet.
He said yet.
He said, just wait until I spend all my money.
Just wait on it.
Yeah,
Just
that's
wait
why
on
he's
it.
been buying all this camera gear. Get them 360 pics.
The music stuff is just it's just a distraction.
That's an upcharge. Them 360 pics. It's the virtual virtual reality.
That's where he got the idea.
Yeah.
That's actually where he got the idea of it.
Possibly.
Well, to answer your question, man. So I understand what you're getting at as far as like shit like this, but my personal beliefs for like to have your own like individual page, to me everything on there is whack. That's my opinion. But I understand like a business and shit, especially nowadays.
But okay, so look at
if there was like a social media that was solely like for a business and like there wasn't really like a personal page like aspect, that shit would be pretty tight. You know what I'm saying?
But I think like Instagram got you a way to where you can turn it into a business account. But it's
still you know
attached to.
But
like,
okay, so
I
all
see
right,
what you're getting
so
at,
like for me, like I love Wiz Khalifa. I think he's an incredible business person and entrepreneur in every aspect of what he does. So if Wiz can't sell himself, he's never going to be able to sell his marijuana. He's never going to be able to sell his alcohol, because if you can't sell yourself, you can never sell a business.
You know, I'll tell you what, social media, another con about social media is I can tell a lie, and that will spread a lot faster than if I decide to tell the truth.
Well, I mean,
There you go.
that's where it goes. Like, that's where you got to take it with a grain of salt.
And use your brain.
Yeah, like you
Yeah, but people don't do that.
I mean,
No,
but
I know.
that's where it is. Like, that's the people that are like just gullible to believe whatever it is. I could be like, "Hey, the sky is purple." They're gonna be like, "Oh, yo, it is."
But you know,
like, are you serious?
And they won't even walk outside and see for themselves if it's purple or not.
People are lying about celebrities' deaths, and people are believing it, calling these people like, "Hey, you still alive, bro?"
Yeah, especially when it spreads like wildfire. They think that is the first thing they should jump on to find out information, rather than trying to get the source or that person. Especially if they got the number, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go on live and I'm gonna tell you this, and that. Like, what the hell?
Just automatically make a rip page.
So sounding like a lot of cons to me. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean,
for
the most part,
there's definitely
more
a lot of
cons.
cons. But there's so many pros to it too. Like, you just learn. You have, like, I think it's just like anything. There's pros and cons of everything. You just have to learn how to navigate it to put yourself in the position to where you're avoiding the cons.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, without social media and all the other platforms, you would be out of a job. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, any artist, musician, like any person that uses their, brain or whatever it might be to get their product out to the world, for me, if it's video editing or photography or film, I have to put myself out there because that's my brain giving the product out to the world for people to get that back.
So my thing is especially for someone like you, if you're doing like, oh my God.
No.
Phone's off.
No, just kidding. If you're doing like,
brother's coming. I have to have it on.
If you say you're doing like videos, pictures, all that shit, to me, the second you put one of yourself, like I'm like, yeah,
it defeats the purpose of
it's no longer,
trust
what
me,
I'm saying?
like valid as like the business side of things, but at the same time, like, because I struggle with that too. Like I know where you're coming from, but and that's, I think, it's a weird line to be drawn, because again, if like you kind of have to put yourself out there as the business, but build the business in a sense too, so finding that differentiation of yourself being the business owner and then the product of the business.
But I mean, what if you do like a
dude?
skit?
We just got that on camera. Him just having a fucking light bulb moment, bro. That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's gonna be a post.
You gotta do like the little glow around.
I'll get it.
You gotta do the little glow around.
Everything's gonna be black and white except for Alex. Just gotta be like bing 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 bing.
But it's like, what about like if you're the person that's in the skits and like you're, say like that comedian. You know what I mean? Like, what if you're doing like the voiceover of or something like that of like Kevin Hart's skit or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, but like, yeah. So there's like different aspects, Like if you're a comedian, you're the face. You know what I'm saying? But if you're
in his position,
you're not the
okay.
face.
So before we even get deeper into this, because we are going to, we had this kind of conversation last night. This is the hardest thing about social media and building a business. There's no right or wrong way to do it, and only you have your vision in mind. So how you have your interpretation of doing it can be completely different from any of ours, and that's why this is a good conversation. But yeah, we literally talked about this last night, like just trying to bounce idea. Again, like I fully believe too. You're not wrong. Like to start a business or to run, to sell something, you should be devoted only to that. If I'm gonna sell, let's say podcast mics, I wouldn't necessarily like, and again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. If you want to get me using them, if I'm the owner and I want to sell myself selling my microphones, I can do that. That's not wrong. But I know what you're saying too. It should only be about the product. I'm only going to be taking pictures and videos of the piece. But how, sometimes you kind of have to stray away from that too. Let's say Ron or any of you guys or anyone else wants to buy a microphone. Take a picture or video of someone else using a microphone. It's free marketing of someone else using your product.
Well, this happened to me. I was looking up a microphone, spent a little too much time on reading on it, and then Facebook said, "Hey, do you want to buy this microphone?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." Screw you, Facebook, but yes.
Is that the one you got for free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get another one coming in on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I'm just not really a big fan, and I have had like accounts for like this as well too.